The only player from the 2014 draft class to get offered an extension so far is Canada's own Andrew Wiggins.
Come on, bro. He don't deserve that.
I mean, he does. He really does. And he said he's worth every penny. You don't think so?
This is a team that acquired Jimmy Butler through trade, gave Jeff Teague 3 years $57 million, and still have their best player on a rookie deal in the Big Cat. The Minnesota Timberwolves shouldn't be quick to offer Andrew Wiggins a max deal yet, especially with Kyrie Irving requesting a trade and the Timberwolves being on the short list of teams that he wishes to play for. The Wolves could use Andrew Wiggins as trade bait, knowing that's the only way the Cavs will be interested in trading Irving. But if Wiggins signs that deal, it will sway the Cavs away because they may not be inclined to take on a huge contract. Also, good friend Jimmy Butler actively recruited Kyrie along with Karl Anthony Towns. Now let me ask you this, is a team with Kyrie, Butler, and Towns more deadly than Wiggins, Towns, and Butler in a Western Conference where you have Steph Curry, reigning MVP Russell Westbrook, CP3, Dame Lillard, and other elite point guards? Come on bro, Jeff Teague ain't gonna cut it. Now let's get into Andrew Wiggins the player. He is a high volume shooter who averaged 23 points per game last season on a Timberwolves team that was centered around him and Towns. So he has reached his ceiling in terms of his offensive output because now they have more options around him. Besides him being a reliable scorer, please explain to me what else does he do on a basketball court that's impressive. This is the same player that averaged 2.3 assists and 4 rebounds per game and was one of the worst defenders in the league. When looking at opponents' effective field goal percentage when Wiggins is guarding them is 56.1 compared to being wide open is 56.4. So basically he had no effect on the shot. Taking all those points into consideration both as a trade option and player-wise, would you give a high-volume shooter, incapable of playing defense, a max deal when you can make a trade potentially for Kyrie Irving? Unless Wiggins can prove himself to be a without a doubt #1 option on a team with other great players, then he can prove this reported deal to be great not only now, but in the future.
Alright, those are some solid points, not gonna lie. They're okay points, but it doesn't make sense to me because if the Timberwolves sign Andrew Wiggins right now for the 5-year extension, $150 million, that deal will probably become more irresistible for the Cavaliers because now they have a player that they can surround the future on. Because the fact of the matter is, LeBron's leaving next year, Kyrie is going to be gone, and then they'll only be left with Kevin Love, who will probably want to opt out the following year, and that will become their only tradable asset. So they need that young player to build around, so they probably would want that, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. Let's get to why he does deserve the $150 million. So being drafted #1 of course comes with certain expectations, and he certainly has exceeded them. Stats wise I mean. In his 3rd year, he fared just as good in comparison to other successful first overall picks like Kyrie, Anthony Davis, and John Wall. And he's even ahead of the curve offensively compared to players of his position like Jimmy Butler, Paul George, and Kawhi. But none of them players were the first overall pick, and they weren't given that same kind of opportunity. But still, let's look at the facts, man. He's 6'8" with a 7-foot wingspan, averaged 23 points a game, and only attempted 6 free throws. So clearly he has potential to become an elite scorer. But the only knock on him to not receive that max deal is his defense? Of course you're going to get a little bit lazy playing defense when you have a big man that can protect you in the paint and Karl Anthony Towns. So I don't want to judge him all on that. This becomes the organization's job at this point to surround players who come from winning teams, which is obviously why Tom Thibodeau brought in Jimmy Butler and Taj Gibson. Great additions that will for sure help him take that next step defensively because he does have all the physical tools. It just comes down to committing. And to fully commit, you need purpose. Something that Timberwolves finally have, which is being an actual playoff caliber team. So given the big contract, a chance to actually win a lot of games with respectable talent around you are all reasons to really step your game up. Alright, so the future is of course super bright for Andrew Wiggins. He has the potential to become an elite player and a max guy no matter what team he's on. That's all we gotta say about it. I mean, who are you siding with? Let us know. Thank you.